Hey guys, Dr. Stephanie here, and today we're going to do a quick lower body stretch. So this is something you can do when you first wake up in the morning, or right before you go to bed, or even before or after a workout. So this is just going to kind of warm up our legs and even our lower back, and just kind of get the blood flowing, get the muscles moving, and get you feeling ready to go for the day or for your workout, or just relaxed and ready for bed. So just follow along with me. We're going to start off by lying on our back here, and our knees are going to be bent, feet together. And what you want to do is you just rock your knees to the side as far as you can comfortably, and then back to the middle, and then to the other side. So you're just going to rock back and forth here. And this is a good one for kind of stretching out the lower back and the hips. We're just kind of getting everything moving here. Sometimes you wake up stiff and kind of feel like you're kind of a big block, like maybe things don't move from each other. Your pelvis is supposed to move separately from your spine, and it may not feel like that when you wake up. Maybe you feel really stiff. So this will just kind of get everything moving. So just rock back and forth like this. And you can go as far as you can, so you can go down to the floor, or if you can't quite get to the floor, just go halfway or whatever you can do. Your arms can be wherever's comfortable. They can be on the floor, they can be out to the side, just resting on your stomach here. Just back and forth. And you can even give that a little extra stretch, kind of push with your hand, push your leg down like that. Just go back and forth. Okay, and then we'll come back to the middle and bring both legs to your chest like this. And then from here, you're going to hold on to one leg, straighten the other leg out, and then bring it back up and straighten the other one. And we'll just kind of go back and forth. You don't have to hold this for too long, just a couple seconds. And then switch again. Here we're kind of stretching our glutes, but we're also stretching our hip flexor on the opposite side. So when you put this leg down, you should feel a little bit of a stretch here. And we're just alternating back and forth. And sometimes you might feel a little pinch in the front of your thigh here. If you feel that, you can kind of pull this knee out to the side a little bit more. You can just kind of adjust the angle of that knee. You don't have to go straight up. You can pull it in, although sometimes that gives a little bit more of a pinch, but you can also pull it out. We'll just alternate a few more times. Just holding a few seconds there. And then from here, we're going to keep this leg here, place our hands behind our knee, and then just try to straighten that lower leg. And if you can get it all this way straight, great. If not, you may have tight hamstrings like me. But just bring it up there as high as you can, feeling a stretch in that hamstring. This is also a good one if you have any sciatica symptoms, any pain that's going down the back of your leg, or any numbness or tingling. This can kind of help with that. Kind of mobilizes that nerve, kind of gets it moving. Because sometimes what happens is that nerve comes all the way down the back of your leg, and there's a lot of muscles there, and it can kind of get stuck, like it's not moving like it should. So this can kind of get it moving again. All right, let's do one more. And then straighten that leg and grab onto your other leg. And again, straighten that lower leg. And you can point your toe up towards the ceiling, but if you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can kind of flex your toes, bring them back this way. We're just going up as high as you can and back down and up and down. If you feel any sort of numbness or tingling when you do this, or like a sharp shooting pain, maybe just don't go up quite so high. Sometimes that can kind of irritate the nerve. So just kind of shorten your range of motion here. Got one more. And then from here, we're going to place our feet together, let our knees fall out like this, kind of like a butterfly position. And from here, you're just going to lift your hips up off the ground and then back down and lift up and back down, just lifting those hips as high as you can. And then slowly back down, kind of opening up those hips here. Getting a little stretch in those adductors, those muscles on your inner thighs. Those muscles tend to be tight on a lot of people, so this kind of helps open up those hips. Do a few more here. All right, 2 more. Okay, then from here, we're actually going to turn over and kind of come up into a half kneeling position. So one knee will be on the floor, one foot will be on the floor here. And from this position, we're going to rock forward into a hip flexor stretch. So you're stretching the hip flexor of the knee that's on the floor. And you don't want to lean too far. You kind of want to keep this up straight because then you'll get a better stretch as you lean forward. We're going to lean forward and then we're going to come back into a hamstring stretch. So when you come back, try to straighten this leg and just lean forward into that leg. And then come back up into this hip flexor stretch and then back into the hamstring stretch. So hip flexor to hamstring, hip flexor to hamstring. And just pausing for a second or two on each side. All right, let's do one more here. And then we'll switch sides. So this knee will go on the ground, this foot will go on the ground. And again, keep our trunk up tall as we kind of lean forward. So now we're stretching this hip flexor, coming back into a hamstring stretch. And then hip flexor forward, hamstring back, hip flexor, the hamstring. You can kneel on something a little bit more cushiony if you need to as well. You can also hold on to something if it's hard to maintain your balance as you're doing this. But again, you want to feel a stretch here when you're going forward, and you'll feel it in this hamstring when you come back. Let's do the last one here. Okay, so that's kind of a great little warm-up routine to get your muscles moving, get the blood flowing, and get you ready either for the day or for your workout. But that's something you can just add to your daily routine if you want to, just kind of get everything stretched out and really improve some of your mobility.